Good evening and morning to you. About to crank this up. I don't know if you guys have seen this already, but I definitely have not. I want this to wait and watch this with y'all. So, let's check this out just a sec here. Notification squad. What's up, Cantor? What's cracking, baby? Hey, let me know if y'all can hear me. I don't know why I don't have something set up to where I can make sure I can hear myself, but y'all let me know if y'all can hear me.
The experience we're trying to build with refueling is
Oh, yeah, that's my bad. Hit the mute button. I muted my mic. Okay. I'm tripping. My bad. Anyway, sound off in the comments. It's going to be my first time watching. Let me know what you think. We're going to run through it one time, the whole thing straight up, and then we're going to go back over it piecemeal and see what you guys think. I'll let you guys know what I think. Here we go.
the experience we're trying to build with refueling is a bit of an interconnectedness between the players.
It's the first player-to-player trade that we will offer in the game.
Refueling is another support career that we think is very important for Star Citizen. Until now, ships were pretty much able to get fuel out of the thin air, and that was not the goal for all ships. That was supposed to be something very specific to certain ships that have that functionality. Right now, all of the ships that, let's say, are basic fighter ship, they're not going to have that functionality. They will have to rely on someone bringing fuel to them.
In our first iteration of refueling right now, we sadly don't have the quantum beacon set up yet. So if you run out of fuel, you ask for someone in chat who owns a Starfarer to come by and refuel you. This person with a Starfarer needs to get fuel from any station.
Instead of buying it into the ship's fuel tank, you buy it into the Starfarer's fuel pods, which can be filled either with quantum fuel or hydrogen fuel, depending on whatever is the need on the market.
We do this through the current service app that we have updated. So the same way you used to repair and refuel your ships before, now you will have some extra controls that will let you decide what goes inside a fuel tank.
Once you have purchased the fuel and you want to adjust the price that the others have to pay for the fuel that you have in your Starfarer now.
At this point, the refueler player has to fly all the way to where the person is stranded, in the middle of nowhere, and the docking operation can begin.
Docking complete. Engines off.
Once they have docked with you, they use the same MobiClass interface to make a request for fuel. We're introducing something called an escrow service that basically takes the money for the transaction and only starts paying it out as the transaction advances. So if for whatever reason you either cancel the transaction or pirates show up and you have to do an emergency undock, there should be no money loss as fuel is paid for as it is dispensed.
Once the payment request was received on the Starfarer, you have to open the dedicated fuel pods that hold the dedicated fuel for that transfer and activate the nozzle.
You have to remember that the target ship will only take as much fuel as they have actually paid for. So if somebody's asked for 500 units of quantum, and you open the nozzle at full throttle, and send 2,000 their way, well, then most of that fuel is just gonna spill into space. You're gonna lose it. And so there's a bit of yes, people want somebody who's very fast and efficient, but don't burn your own fuel.
Once the entire fuel was delivered to the docked ship, the attached ship can undock and both parties can go their way. Right now we are still iterating a lot over the UI parts. What we don't want to do is throw all the data directly in your face. It should all be readable and accessible for all the players.
As we keep delving further and further into other solar systems, we do not want to create this gamey thing where there's always fuel for everything. There's always everything you need.
You might end up in systems where there is nothing. There is no civilization at all, there are no stations, there are not even people.
There needs to be that scarcity of resources, and if you want to get a major endeavor going, you have to think of all the logistics of it, and fuel is one big part of that.
Refueling is the next major milestone for life in the persistent universe, and is making its long-awaited debut in Star Citizen's upcoming Alpha 317 release as we continue our journey towards Pyro throughout this year. And up next, a new way to traverse the surface of any planet or moon. Let's find out more about the recently revealed Hoverquad from Consolidated Outland. Yeah, they can't buzz me now because everybody already knows.
The Hoverquad is... what do I want to say?
It is an all-terrain vehicle.
I've forgotten the word I want to use. Exactly what it sounds like.
Hovers.
Okay.
So this is quite a bit different, both visually and philosophically, to a lot of our other ground vehicles.
Our other two Gravlevs, both of which are armed and shielded. The Hoverquad has neither. It's much more focused on the ability to travel across the surface of the planet rather than start fights or bring a friend along.
It's got an inventory on board, so anything small you find you can put on board.
Because it's got a wider wheelbase, so to speak, or bigger Gravlevs, it's able to account for those changing variables over a rocky surface. Whereas something like the Nox, yes, it can go like a bullet in a straight line, but if it catches something the wrong way, it's going to lose stability a lot quicker than the Hoverquad's going to.
It's something we've actually had in the pipeline for quite a while. It was a nice little add-on that we did as part of the Consolidated Outlands Nomad concept development.
The original concept for the Nomad was designed with the Hoverquad in the back. So that was one of the big concerns we had when developing the vehicles, to make sure that it could in fact fit in the back and you can drive it in the back.
A good sort of use case for this is you've landed on a planet in your parent vehicle, but for whatever reason you do not want to carry on in that vehicle, or the place you want to actually go is just too compact, maybe down a cave, so you need something to transport you to your destination.
That's what I was planning on doing.
This kind of gives you the ability to really enjoy and feel the environment more than you would when you're 6,000 feet above it, you know? You're right there, you're down at the base, and you can touch and see and smell everything around you.
So what did we learn this week? Well, we learned that refueling brings with it a new journey towards additional support mechanics in Star Citizen's persistent universe. That it's time to dust off your Starfarer ahead of the next big race like the Stand-in 7 or the Daymar Rally. And that the Hoverquad is here to expand the universe's Gravlev offerings. Now, don't forget that Xenothreat is returning. Check out the recently published This Month in Star Citizen post on the RobertSpaceIndustries.com website for details on everything that's happening in February. And tune into Twitch tomorrow to see Director of Graphics Engineering Allie Brown discuss all things graphical on Star Citizen Live tomorrow at 10 a.m. Pacific. For Inside Star Citizen, I'm Jared Huckabee. We'll see you all next week.
Man, that felt mad short. How long was that? 8.5 minutes? That was mad short. I don't know why. Well, I guess we got a small patch coming up, so kind of makes sense. I don't know. What did y'all think? I love the complexity of the UI for the refueling. It's a lot more than I would have thought it was going to be. Where is this? What's up, Ops Chief? How's it going, bro? How's it going, broski? There we go. All right. So you got two. Is it two sides to this UI? The people on the ship and then the people receiving the ship? Or it's got to be, because you got to request the fuel and then your money goes into escrow and it starts depleting as you get refueled. What is it? Did you get a filter on or what? You look so smooth. I am smooth. You ain't know? Smoothest man in the voice. Yeah. I don't know. I want to take another look at I should have screen captured this and then the other UI that they had from inside the Starfarer where you're releasing the fuel, but a lot more complex. It doesn't look like too difficult. Doesn't look difficult. It's just a lot more buttons and stuff and freedom to fill up a ship like as fast or as slow as you want, as reckless or as efficient as you want. So yeah, man, I like it. I can't wait to see it. Marco likes it because you got a Gemini. I feel you on that, man. I'm gonna have to go buy one in game. I ain't gonna come out of pocket to go buy one, but I'm gonna buy one in game now. Oh yeah, see, look at this new stuff. So this is in the Moby glass. Do I got see? Oh, they got their own text baked in there. So you go into Moby, and then I don't see a new button down in here. They give you. You guys are weird. Let's see. Sparrow says, I really dig the refueling mechanics. It gives a good handle on pricing and transaction. Looks like it will feel nice to execute. Yeah, it does. It really makes you feel like you're doing something, like you got an actual job that you executing. And I like that. For me, I'm here to live in the verse. I'm not here to just play a game and rack up money as fast as I can. I want to get out there and live in the verse. I want to have a job. Hell, I'll go in somebody's 890 jump kitchen and cook. I'll do some jobs, man. I just want to feel like I'm living in the verse. And this actually does make you feel like you got a job in the verse. Just like mining, I always thought the old mining UI, it did look like you were on some like heavy duty equipment. The UI made it. They changed it. It doesn't look like it as much, but it's I guess maybe it's more functional now. Definitely more easy to see everything in it. But this is bananas, man. You got so much stuff. You got to keep an eye on your internal tank, your first, second, and third tank. Make sure you don't run out of fuel while you're out there refueling, folks. Let's see. Agree on the voice? Yeah. Think I have one lying around from the Endeavor. Is that is the Gemini the Starfarer, the loaner for the Endeavor? I didn't know that. Been a long time since I looked at the Endeavor. I know John Cruise. John Cruise hates the Endeavor. I guess he just don't want to work on it or whatever. Let's see. Seems a similar AI style to refining when mining. Should be interesting to see how it plays out when Pyro drops. Not much use in Stanton. Yeah. And I wanted to go back because they were saying that they made it seem like it was going to be fuel was even going to be harder to get now. I don't know because I was kind of missing stuff as I was looking back and forth. I don't know if that's what they were saying because I figured they had to nerf fuel somehow in order for it to work for us right now. Because right now we just stop anywhere. Anywhere is a hop, skip, and a jump and a wait to go fuel your ship back up. But yeah, if they nerf it to where they take it away from the stations, or maybe it's limited at the stations, I don't know. Then this might come into play for Stanton in a way that makes more sense. Because it never really looked right when you just land on the pad and the landing gear of your ship just absorbs fuel from the landing pad. I don't know, however that's supposed to work, but yeah, unless they had a crew on the landing pad, then this will make me feel more immersed in the system, in the game. Let's see. Mr. Right One wants to be a space hobo. I hope people can make good money, hustle trucking gas around. Yeah, I hope so too. They got to make it worth it. It can't just be for the experience. The experience is cool, but you got to have that fettuccine, that credicini Alfredo. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah, Starfarer is the. I'm gonna cut this up, but I'm gonna cut it down.
You decide what goes inside a fuel tank.
Starfarer is the loaner for the Endeavor, along with the in the Cuddy Red, huh? I did a test and lived in my MSR for the past 2 weeks. Really, it was a blast. Lovely. That's what's up, man.
At this point, the refueler.
That's pretty impressive because I do stuff to get me killed and end up back in the station.
And the docking operation can begin.
Agreed. Seems like some ships are going to have their fuel scoops, Scott. Yeah, I wonder actually how many ships are being able to scoop fuel that aren't supposed to. I've never really noticed anything out of the ordinary except for the Saber. I've been flying the Saber around. I'm going to be giving away the Saber maybe Sunday. Looking at Sunday, so look out for some info. It's going to be an in-game giveaway. Yeah, the Saber is the only one I've noticed that is taking on fuel just by flying. I don't know who else is supposed to have it besides Origin. Sneaking on cats for a free ride.
Once the payment request was received on the Starfarer,
I am a cartoon. This is Cool World. I love that movie.
The dedicated fuel for that
seems okay. Read that. This is the regular repair refuel UI in the Mobi, but renewed, extended. Gotcha.
So if somebody's asked for 500,
I really dig the refueling mechanics. It gives a good handle on pricing and transaction. Looks like it will feel nice to execute. I read that one already. This was crazy. So you can actually people deal with somebody that's in a hurry. Start hit the wrong thing.
Very fast and efficient, but don't burn you.
Somebody's in a hurry, you start spewing out gas. It's more than they wanted. The valve shuts off and it just starts sending gas into space. That's crazy. Like, yo, man, you better be patient. Because I paid too much for this fuel and ain't charging you enough. I wonder, can you set your prices? That's the question right there. Can you set your prices? Because it's one thing to be refueling people in Stanton, especially because there's going to be a lot more people out here to do that. Now in Pyro, the distances are vast. It's way bigger than Stanton. So you could be out in the middle of nowhere with your Starfarer and somebody's like, help. You're like, yo, man, you're going to have to come off a good, clean 200, 300,000 if you want me to come out there and fuel you up.
Was delivered to the dock ship. The attached ship can undock and both parties can go their way.
I really wonder if all ships are actually going to get a fuel port to be able to be refueled on the Starfarer. I imagine so. I don't see why not. Just because, like, why would you have it that way? Unless it's like a small ship that another ship can come scoop up in its hold. Like a, what are those little Argo cargos? Like something like that. Something that's not jumping nowhere anyway. And it's stuck in space, then maybe you just have to get scooped up physically. But I don't see why not. Let's see. Oliver Brown. Oh, that's the one. Okay, I just read that. What's up, Zay? Mr. Right One, if you could track how long a ship was spawned without destruction or add a mechanic to the missions based on age of ship. If you could track how long. That'd be interesting because they implemented the where the ship paint starts to degrade and get dirty and all that stuff. And it's not something that I've noticed. But then again, how long are these ships out there? It seems like got to take ages for it to happen. I remember during not IAE in Invictus, they had the F8 and they had it on display, and it was being affected by those mechanics. And IAE just goes 24 hours, or however long the server lasts. So the F8 is sitting on a little pedestal, just spinning and spinning and spinning, and it was filthy. So that was like the first time that I've noticed something like that. And the only reason I would have even thought to ask something like that, tracking how long these ships have existed. Also brings up the wear and tear. We kind of forgot about the wear and tear of the ships. They have that little gauge for it within the MFDs, and I've looked at it recently, and the wear and tear does happen. I don't know if that's actually causing misfires, because whenever I have a misfire on my engines or something like that, I don't think to go look at the wear and tear in the ship. But it's one of those things we forgot about, and I don't know if they forgot about it because like, who looks at that stuff? Maybe someday there'll be a reason to, but it's just kind of there for right now. Let's see. Let's see. Oh, yep, you can set your prices. Shows at the beginning of the UI. Oh, okay. That's good. That's good. I'll see here. What if I go back? Wait, let me go back to where he's first refueling. Nozzle controls. No. Maybe it's over to the left. Right, left.
You either can
so that's on the user and the person getting a ship refueled in
interface.
The fly.
Set fuel prices. Okay. Yeah, there it is right there. 15 AUEC per SCU. Well, now we need to know how many SCU a fuel. A fuel tank has. That's interesting, and you can auto price it. Same with your hydrogen and same with your hydrogen. That's interesting. Yeah, man, you can price gouge all over the place. Okay, so it's got the Aegis. That's what's being hooked up. There's the flow rate on the bottom right. Pod 6 is empty over there. Yeah, this is dope. I don't know what the point of locking it is. If you unlock it, can you start charging them more as you're refueling them? Like, all of a sudden, fuel has gone up from 15 UEC to 55.
At this point, the refueler player has to.
Let's see. Let's go back to the chat here. Sending the good vibes from Louisiana, from that boot. Appreciate the content, brother. Hey, appreciate it, Twan. Antoine Fisher. Hey, you. What's happening, Clancy? Not doing Xeno Threat today. Nah, because we're gonna have supposed to have a Discord-wide event tomorrow, so I'll save that for then. I'm not in no hurry to get back in a Xeno Threat. Let's see. I'll be requesting refuel just outside Klesher. Easy hijack and escape. That's funny. McMorgan the Merc. What's happening, baby? Yes, the refuel preview until it gets delayed, and then CIG blames us for the delay. Man, let's not go negative. Oliver Braun, 500 units of quantum fuel equal 5 SCU.
Fly.
Oh, 500 units. Oh, so it's the same as anything else. But how big are the tanks, though? That's the question. That is the question. Same for fuel. Ran out Run out and die, or nobody would care. Yeah, yes, indeed. That's going to be profitable enough to be a career.
All the way to.
Well, I imagine these are just kind of placeholder prices. So, you know, 15 AUEC for one SCU, that ain't hitting on nothing unless you just got like a line going down the OM from OM to OM. Yeah. Yeah, you're gonna have to raise the prices to something that makes sense. You set the prices, so you figure out how it's gonna be profitable. At the end of the day, I guess that's what it is.
Pay for the fuel that you have in your stuff there now.
Volume. That's right. Volume, I don't know. It's a balance. Volume and price.
All the way to where the person is stranded.
It's big that you'll be able to sell both hydrogen and quantanium. Yeah, definitely got to have a have both options, or else if somebody come up to you limping, running on fumes, they don't waste their time.
To make a request for fuel.
Is refueling coming next patch? Supposedly. Gotta take everything with a boulder of salt these days. Supposedly, it's coming in 3.17. There's like the only big thing that that remained in on the roadmap for 3.17. So yeah, it's supposed to be coming soon. TM. That's funny that the dude is both of them getting shot at. I can see this like during a battle. That'd be the first thing to take down. Like if fuel really mattered during a battle. I don't know if it will. I don't know if it would be burning more fuel faster. But if it did, if that was the case, the tanker and the hospital ships.
Fuel is paid for as it is dispensed.
Here we go. Flow rate. See, I see the gauge for flow rate. I don't see any controls for it. Oh, okay. So I see, well, for something else, I see I see the process on the left, boom. They're in docked right now. Payments on the right. Pod management. Man, it gets a little deep.
The payment request was received on the Starfarer. You have to open the dedicated fuel pods that hold the dedicated fuel.
Can I fill up the fuel tanks with coffee? Coffee cup. Yes, it's so neat and so clean.
You have to remember that.
Oh, is that the so does that affect the flow rate? Yeah. Okay. Nozzle control. Drag to the right, increases the flow rate. One more again. Safe is 6. Okay. So if you have 6, that's safe. I wonder if you go past that, you just waste fuel, or is your ship in trouble at that point? Do you like damage your ship?
Activate the nozzle.
I don't know what just happened there.
The target ship will only take as much fuel as they have actually paid for. So if you if somebody asked for 500 units of quantum, and you open the nozzle at full throttle, and send 2,000 their way, well, then most of that fuel is just gonna spill into space.
Okay, so it just leaks into space.
So there's a bit of yes, people want somebody who's very fast and efficient, but don't burn your own fuel.
DJ Rizal. What's that in Playboy?
Fuel was delivered to the dock ship.
You got 2 channels now, or is this not the DJ Raw that I know?
Parties can go their way.
Let's see.
Right now we are still iterating.
Just wait till a Crusader Starlifter rocks up. Crusader Star. Do they make Starlifters? No, that's Misk. Right? Oh, Starlifter. See, they got Starfarer, Starlifter. You start to get confused with all this stuff. They got another Starfarer, Starlifter, Starliner.
A lot over the UI parts. What we don't want to do is
things deeper than most.
Data directly in your face.
The Marianas Trench.
Readable and accessible for
you should find balance after a while. Yeah. They implement the features and then balance them after we play with them for a little bit.
Solar systems, we do not want to create this gamey thing where there's always fuel for everything. There's always everything you need.
In
You
high
might
school,
end up
they
in
named me
systems
kid
where
with the
there is
best nozzle
nothing.
flow rate.
There is no civilization at all. There are no stations. There not even
You
people.
goofy, man.
There needs to be that scarcity of resources, and if you
Most
wanna
likely to
get
spill
a
gas.
major endeavor going, you have to think of all the logistics of it, and fuel is one big part of that.
Let's see.
Refueling is the next
Random
major
Roger.
milestone for life in the persistent universe. And
You
it's
is
making
random.
its
That's three names. You got
long-awaited
Random,
debut in Star
Blackout,
Citizen's upcoming
DJ
Alpha
Rizal.
317 release as we
Switch up the name, be
continue
more
our journey
generalized.
towards Pyro throughout this year. And up next,
Man, have y'all found any of those
traverse the surface of
Pico
any
balls? I
planet or
saw
moon.
one dude
Let's
find
find out
one.
more
That's
about
the
the
first time I've heard it, and
Refueling
he been talking about. I mean, he made this
Consolidated
contest to find those things
Yeah, they
a
can't
year and a half ago.
Everybody already knows.
One's been found, as far as I know.
Hoverquad
One
is-
golden ticket.
What do I want to say?
It
John
is
Cruden,
an
the man that never
all-terrain
smiles.
Vehicle.
I've forgotten the word I want to use. Exactly what it sounds like.
Hovers.
Hovers.
So
I like
this
the
is
quad
quite a
core.
big
I don't know if you guys got a
difference,
chance to check that out, but the quad core
visually and
is.
philosophically to a lot of our other ground vehicles.
It's not like a whole lot of things to it, but it's dope to me. It's got storage.
The Hoverquad has neither.
It's
much
fast.
more
It's
armed,
almost as fast as the Nox. It's 10 meters
travel
slower.
across the surface of the planet rather
It's
than
shorter than all the other
fight,
grav-led
or
vehicles, so you can
direct
throw it in.
It's got an inventory on board, so
A whole
everything
bunch
you
of
can
ships.
find, you can put on board.
That storage is dope. It's bigger than all the backpacks. It has more storage space than any of the backpacks. Did they show it right there? Yeah, 125K micro SCU.
Because it's got a wider wheelbase, so to speak, or bigger grav levs, it's able to account for those changing variables over a rocky surface. Whereas
Yeah,
something like the
yeah,
Nox,
more
you
balance.
can go like a bullet
Doesn't
straight
topple
line,
as
but
easy or spin
if
out.
it
I mean,
catches something the wrong way, it's going to lose stability a lot quicker than the Hoverquad's going to.
banana lumberjack.
Something we've actually had in the pipeline for quite a while. It was a nice little
Jeremy Barr,
add-on
appreciate
that
it.
we
Good
did
looking
as
out.
part
Good looking
of
out.
the
I
Consolidated
try. I
Weapons
aims to
Nomad
please.
concept development.
I aims to please.
The original
I didn't know that
concept for
that they
Nomad
had this in
was
mind for the
designing
Nomad, because I like the
Hoverquad in
Nomad.
the back.
A lot of people don't like it. I love the Nomad. It's a pickup truck, man. You can store your stuff right in the back, get right back out of it, no problem. It's so easy. It used to be janky. You used to put a rock back there and it'd be boom, 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 all over the place. Now it's just wham, bam, thank you,
Use
Nomad.
case for this is you've landed on a planet in your parent vehicle, but for whatever reason you do not want to carry on in that vehicle.
It fits
or
an
the
Avenger.
place you
Yes,
want
it
to actually
does.
go is just too compact. Maybe
It's
down
not
the
that
cave,
pretty putting it in,
so
but it
you
does
need
fit.
something
You can
to
get in and out of
transport
it.
you to your destination.
No problem. It's just you got to be very careful.
This kind of gives you the
Gingerly,
ability
as they
to
say.
enjoy and feel the environment more than you would.
I like the
when
quad
you're
hover bike.
6,000
It just
feet
feels
above
much
the
more
ground.
stable.
Right
Yeah,
there,
it does to
down
me.
at the
What's your
base,
name?
you can touch and
Michael
see,
Ratswallow.
smell
Yeah, it does
everything
feel
around you.
stable, more stable.
So what did we learn this week?
Man, this was a
Well, we
very
learned
short
that Refueling
ISC.
brings with it a new journey.
But
Good
yeah,
sort of use case for this is
I can't wait for the
you've landed
refueling.
on a planet
That looks
in
awesome.
your parent
I
vehicle.
can't wait to get back on the Hoverquad because I was gonna do a stream where I was on that doing this right here, running through a cave, just to see if it would help out in some of the areas where, where sometimes it's hard to climb up, and if you can just bring that down, hop on it, and then just vertically, you just go up and keep it moving, that'll be dope. Plus, you can mine up a bunch of stuff and throw it in there. Man, I can't wait to go mining with this. When I tried to do it today, they shut the servers down for PTU, so I guess I'll just have to wait. I have to wait, bro. But yeah, appreciate you, everybody. I'm gonna go ahead and end this right here, and I might just hop into Discord. I was gonna work on the video, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get that first thing in the morning because I'm gonna need some help on that. But anyway, thanks for hanging out with your boy. Appreciate you, fly dirty citizens.